Boston Pizza harnessed Fanalytics to help optimize no-look dipping. Ooh, making adjustments so you can stay focused on the game. The playoffs at Boston Pizza, powered by Fanalytics.
It's finally game day. That's it. Simple as that. Game 2 in Vegas. Let's get into it with the lead. That's actually kind of cool. Yeah, I like that. Welcome into Oilers Nation Everyday, live from Las Vegas, brought to you by our friends at AMA Travel. Hashtag explore with AMA Travel. And we have spent the last 48 hours exploring because there were no hockey games for 2 days.
Step count is high.
Yep.
Sites and activities have been seen and completed. Food has been eaten. Money has been won.
Money has been won. We're going to talk about that in just a bit. But we are live on the Oilers Nation YouTube, where I'm going to check and see that our boy Christopher Palmer has the first comment of the show. He says, remember, everyone, we lost 9-6 in a trash can of an arena against a garbage team and came back and won 4 straight. Keep the faith, be positive, and let's go Oilers. A lot of people dropping in a let's get oily in Vegas, 100%. It's a Sherwood 4 giant game day edition of the show. No cap, say less. We're going to get ready for this game tonight. As always, we come to you live from the Sports Closet studio. Check them out online at sportscloset.ca. And I now quickly want to bring in Liam, who is a gentleman who, what's going on behind you? Because I thought we were changing up the name of your studio from the Dustin Penner studio.
We did. I wanted to surprise everyone with my new addition, Tyler. So I'm going to make the grand reveal right now that I just put up there.
On Coronation Day.
Oh, no.
Oh,
jersey. It's a Devon Shore jersey. That has got to be a good sign for tonight, I think.
the real king. Am I right, Liam?
Say less, Jay. Say less.
So I also like that, although Devon Shore's been here for a couple of years, you went and respected the move to number 19 as well, recognizing which Shore was the superior Shore.
Following his journey.
It's a new era for Devon's score, and I think it'll be, well, it's been a good one, so hopefully tonight it continues. Maybe he'll play. We truly do not know.
Ah, man, I love that. I love that you spent hard-earned money on a Devon Shore jersey. That shows your commitment to this team in this playoff run.
Yeah, truly. I'm invested in everything. Whatever we've got to do, we've all got to play a role.
Giddy up. Speaking of investing, I see Aaron has this flashed up right now. So should we show it? Should we show the people how wild our night was last night?
Insane.
The plastic ponies were paying good for the boys last night. If you've ever been to Vegas, you know how much fun those little rascals are.
And if you've been to Vegas on a nation vacation, you know we hit the plastic ponies every time.
And that was on a $1 side bet.
Yeah, so Tyler hit the $1 side bet. It rolls a wheel of all 6 numbers because there's 6 horses in the race, and it draws the order for which the horses will finish 1st to 6th. And we then place our other bets, and the race happens. And we're like, oh, shit, we didn't win anything. And all of a sudden, it's like, boom, jackpot. We're like, oh, my God, we hit the side bet. So we hit every horse placing from 1st to 6th. It was magic.
But we won like $50 too much because then they taxed us.
Oh, yeah. So she goes, oh, Canada, eh? I'm like, yep. She goes, we'll have to take 30% of that.
Which was quite the punch in the gut.
But one of the Windicate members is an accountant. Yeah. And he says he can get that back for us.
So all hope is not lost. And we're going to take some of that money and roll it into a nice Oilers money line ticket for this evening.
Well, I'm going to make a money line. That's all I got to say.
We'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show as well. Of course, if you're in Edmonton and you're looking for a spot to go watch the game, our boy producer Aaron is going to be hosting our Oilers Nation party down at gretabar.com. If you want to find out how you can make a reservation, it's going to be rocking in Greta. It's going to be rocking in T-Mobile Arena as well. This is a big game for the Oilers. I think if you go down 2-0, and I'm not going to call this a must-win by any stretch, because I think if you go down 2-0, you've lost on the road. I always say you're never in trouble till you lose at home, right? If you don't lose at home, then you're going to bring this series to at least 7 games. So you're never in trouble till you lose at home. So I'm not calling this a must-win.
It's a must-win.
But the feeling of going back home after stealing one on the road, tonight is like a big momentum shifter. I feel like the Oilers can put themselves in the driver's seat with a victory tonight.
Like Vegas thinks they're better than us right now because they beat us quite handily, even though it was a somewhat close game the other night. But we played horrific.
Yeah.
So we need to make the statement that says, no, Vegas, you suck. We rule. Come to Edmonton.
Yeah.
1-1.
I would love for this series, obviously, to shift to Edmonton, tied up at 1. Waz is in and says the Horsies are a good omen. And I like that.
Well, it is Kentucky Derby Day, too, so we can really wheel this in. Tyler's been red hot in the Horses. I don't know if you talked about the day before.
I won another 200 and some bucks.
Yeah, you talked about it on Calgary radio of all places, I believe. But we got the real horses today. I've been given some picks. I'm going to put some shekels on some horses. But the crappy thing is, I think the race is going on during the game.
I know,
whatever.
it's awkward.
It's all good. I like cashing tickets regardless.
Fair enough. Ryan Spatowski is in and says, if the Oilers bring at least their B game, they have a shot. So let's dig into this thing a little bit. It's a Sherwood Ford Giant Game Day brought to you by our friends at Sherwood Ford, where how about this for a little promotion?
Ooh, I'm ready.
Show them your vehicle hockey flag when you come in, and you'll receive $10 off an oil change. You have your playoff flag up on your car. You go to get your oil change. You show Sherwood Ford, $10 off. How about that?
That sounds like the easiest $10 you'll ever make.
100%. You already got the car flag on, so go to Sherwood Ford, get your oil change, and get...
Probably need an oil change. If there's one thing, if you're not one to take care of your car, the one thing you have to do and do on the reg is get an oil change.
Okay.
No cap.
No cap. $10 off at Sherwood Ford if you got a playoff flag on your vehicle as well. Shout out to Sherwood Ford. The Giant Edmonton, after 48 hours off, will take to the ice again tonight. Really not much known in terms of what could go on with the lineups, but we can read into a few things we saw yesterday at the skate. Marcus Niemelainen was up with the main group. Okay. Devin Shore was up with the main group. Shout out to Liam. Dylan Holloway skated with the Black Aces. So for me, this shows we're going one of two ways. Derek Ryan's healthy. They're going to play Shore and go 12-6. Or they're going to swap Marcus Niemelainen for Vinny Desharnais and run 11-7. The reason I don't...
Where was Vinny in the skate?
He was out there. I don't know who they like. I mean, the pairings and whatever, you don't want to read into him too much right now. But the thing for me with Niemelainen, he's a lefty, right? The nice thing, you're just going to be loading up. If you want to go 11-7 and play Niemelainen over Desharnais, you now have Ekholm, Nurse, Kulak, Broberg, and Niemelainen all playing. That doesn't make sense. I know some people are like, oh, like he plays physical, blah, blah. He hasn't played an NHL game in months.
He's not the same. Like, man, when he first broke in, Niemelainen was awesome. But then the next season he was not as didn't have the same fire. He wasn't making the hits. He wasn't. He was kind of a liability. So I think we got to go 6 defensemen. We just got to put Vinny up in the box for a game.
Yeah, I honestly think they'll just go 12-6 and put in Devin Shore and Derek Ryan. And just, I can't see them putting in Niemelainen. He just feels like a guy they're putting in there to maybe just kind of sort out the numbers a little bit and even it out in practice. So that's what I think kind of the thing is. But it was strange to see Dylan Holloway not skate with the main group yesterday, considering he's been doing it for the entire playoff since he's been called up, right? So it was kind of weird.
Yeah, and I know some people might be like, oh, maybe it's just Woody playing mind games. That's one where it wouldn't make a lot of sense to play mind games in that sense. Like, it's not like the Vegas Golden Knights are changing up their game plan because Dylan Holloway is going into the lineup. But Daniel Nugent-Bowman was out at the skate, and he had these line combinations. Top line, McDavid, Kane, and Draisaitl, who was actually off the ice at that time because he took a puck up high in the face, but he is okay. What did Woody call it? Playoff makeup. He got a couple stitches.
I love it.
Second line for the Oilers, Bukestad, Nugent-Hopkins, Hyman, McLeod, Fogle, and Derek Ryan. Devin Shore centering Tyler Yamamoto and Klim Kostin. I mean, I feel like they're almost preparing to go 11-6. Like Devin Shore, I don't think you're going to play him as a center all that much.
11-6?
Well, like they're going to dress Shore, but they're going to not play Shore.
He might play.
Or they'll
like
give him like a
minutes.
couple of shifts.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. Like I think they're getting ready to just basically go. They're just scratching Vinny and running with the same lineup. Which in that case, maybe it doesn't make sense to do that.
But you got good juju with Devin Shore on the bench, though.
Yeah, good room guy.
Great room guy.
I don't.
Awesome
know
room
I don't
guy.
know. I'm just. I'm really interested to see what Jay
I
Woodcroft
kind
ends
of
up
like
doing
that
here.
McLeod, Fogle, Derek Ryan line for some reason.
Well, they need someone in the bottom 6 to get going, Jay.
I feel like they could be buzzing. McLeod can fly. You know, Fogle shows flashes of brilliance. I just want him to hit the net.
Yeah.
And Derek Ryan just, you know, that's just a smart hockey player right there.
He plays mistake-free hockey consistently.
Yeah.
So that bottom 6, I like that you brought that up. Let's get into some stats powered by Boston Pizza and their new Fanalytics-inspired menu. How about game 1? McDavid and Draisaitl on the ice. The Oilers outshoot them 8-6 at 5-on-5. Outscore the Golden Knights 2-0. With McDavid and Draisaitl off the ice, they get outshot 13-6 and get outscored 2-0. They need to be better with those two off the ice. They need the McLeods, the Fogles, Derek Ryan back in the lineup will help. They need those guys to be driving a little bit better. And I mean, if they're going to play McDavid and Draisaitl together, they did it for 11 minutes in game 1. Then there's pressure on Nugent-Hopkins and Hyman on that second line. I think Bukestad's largely been fine, but Nugent and Hyman need to be drivers for this team. They can't just be going out there and skating around, dumping the puck and hopping off. Like they haven't been making an impact, and they need that.
You can't even call it depth scoring when you're talking about Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Zach Hyman. Like those are your key guys. They should be delivering, and we know they have it in them. So at some point they got to figure it out here. But yes, they have to be a factor. So we play a more well-rounded 5-on-5 game. But it's been a little frustrating.
Yeah,
I love the Nuge, by the way.
Yeah, Ryan says, can we get Klim up to 10 minutes a night? Hey, I think that's actually one guy who has been working pretty well. I think, you know, if you're looking at a bottom 6 that hasn't been overly effective as of late, or sorry, to start this series, I should say, not as of late, maybe giving Kostin and Yamamoto a bit more of an extended look would make sense.
Well, and Kostin also has kind of stopped the extracurriculars that was getting him in the box.
Yeah.
So now, you know, that removes the kind of liability thing, but like he's a physical threat. The guy can shoot the puck. Like you move him around in the lineup. Like,
yeah,
Kleem it's him.
Yeah, Ryan says Bukestad has been better than Nuge. He needs to show up and prove me wrong. 100% there. Liam, your thoughts just on maybe who you want to see in, we'll call it the bottom 9 if they play McDavid and Draisaitl together. Who do you want to see step up in the bottom 9?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Hyman and Nugent-Hopkins are the two, but I do want to see Warren Fogle finally get a goal. Like, he's been actually very, very good for 7 games, but man, that guy has got to put the puck in the back of the net eventually, and then I think that'll just give the bottom 6 an extra boost there. Like, Kostin and Yamamoto have more goals combined than Hyman and Nugent-Hopkins, and that is not a good thing in the playoffs, right? So I think overall, like, yeah, I'm just kind of looking at that third line. I think all 3 of those guys, McLeod, Fogle, and Ryan, will be a pretty good trio, but Derek Ryan shouldn't be leading the way in goals out of those 3 either.
We got a comment in here from Michael Teixeira who says, would you put Bukestad with Yamamoto and Klim to be a good third line? And I actually think that would be an interesting way to do it if you're going to split up McDavid and Draisaitl. That's a big line with Bukestad and Kostin and Yamamoto, who plays like he's big.
Like that's an energy line.
Yeah,
for sure.
I would love to see that look. That's a great point.
I don't mind that at all. Because Kleem will make sure Yamo is safe.
Yeah. So if that was going to be your third line, then, I mean, you're splitting up McDavid and Draisaitl at that point. You're probably going like McDavid, Nuge, Hyman, Draisaitl, Kane, and I mean, that's where things get thin, right? Are you going Draisaitl, Kane on the right side, Fogle on the left side? Like, I don't know. It's tough right now to see how the top 6 can really be balanced out if you split up McDavid and Draisaitl, but the idea of getting a third line that can be more effective is certainly tempting to me.
Well, we got to be able to roll lines.
Like this Vegas team.
You got to.
Yep. Someone said we need a McLeod goal. Yeah, I'd love to see him kind of get off the schneid a little bit and find the back of the net. The last time he scored, it was a big one in game 4. I know they eventually ended up losing, but it was a big one in game 4 against the Avalanche last year. Remember, he came in over the blue line and wired a wrist shot.
Yeah,
that's the thing with McLeod. He needs to shoot the puck more. He gets like a handful of looks.
Such a perimeter guy, eh?
But he comes in on that sidewall. He does his sneaky little squeeze past the D-man, and then he almost always just wants to bring it around the net.
I know.
He's got to fire that thing,
Attack the middle.
Yeah, Michael says put Fogle up with Draisaitl. He scores when he's up there. They had a decent little run back in, I think, January or February where Fogle started to put some goals home playing with Leon Draisaitl.
Fogle gets opportunities.
Yeah.
And he just can't capitalize on them. It's very interesting.
Yeah, our boy Original Posar lines. What lines? There'll be 10 to 12 combos rolled out there tonight, I'm sure. And listen,
Facts.
yeah, like say less. If if Devin Shore's in the lineup as your 12th forward, I really do think we're going to see a bunch of
You don't like Devin Shore, do you? Liam, help me here.
I just don't see.
Massive hater.
I'd love to eat my words tonight, guys. I just don't see how he makes a big impact in the game.
All right.
There's no upside
What
there.
will you do if Devin Shore scores tonight?
I'm not playing that game.
Well, you don't have to eat cat food.
The thing with Shaw is he won't have like a huge impact, but he won't do anything like negative either, right? Like it's kind of works both ways. Like I think he's just a sensible player. If he comes into the lineup, like it's not going to be anything great, but he'll probably be able to cycle the puck around a little bit in the offensive zone. Like him and Derek Ryan and was it Fogle, I think, for a little bit there had pretty good chemistry. So maybe even that's a combination, and you get those. Aren't Fogle, McLeod, and Yamo the ones who all headbutt them each other before the games? Maybe that's the chemistry we need out there.
More headbutting.
Yeah, Fogle, Yamo, and Bouchard. All right, I'm just looking here. Sorry, no, it's McLeod, Fogle, and Bouchard.
Yes,
I think.
McLeod, yeah.
Anyways,
So it's not
just
Yamo.
looking back to that point by OP. Last game, the Oilers had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different combinations of forward lines play at least a minute together at 5v5. So that means Woodcroft had 10 different combos that he went to essentially for 2 shifts at some point, or at least 2 shifts in game 1. So yeah,
we were trying to claw back. So obviously the blend is going to come out.
Yeah. A lot of people are in the chat saying I got to buy bagged milk a new sword if Devin Shore scores, which I could do. You saw the sword yesterday, so I know. There you go. I know people. Oh, careful! There's like plastic flying off it. It's very dangerous when it's sharp too.
He's really scared of the sword.
I am. So what happened yesterday is we were in the hotel room and I wanted to do cool sword tricks. So I was like hitting lids off of Gatorade bottles and like doing stuff like that. And then the sword just eventually blew up. The structural integrity, not that good.
Well, it wasn't designed to actually
That is shocking.
deliver blows. Like.
Yeah.
It was more for the glow than the blow.
Sherwood for Giant Game Day edition of the show, which means Jay's rocking the ON Oil Up playoff tee. And we got one we're going to give away by dropping in your Sherwood Ford Giant Key to Victory into the chat. You are in the draw to win an ON Oil Up playoff tee. You can get yours at nationgear.ca as well if you don't win the draw. So drop your keys to victory in the chat. I will go first with this one. And my key to victory is to make life more difficult for Laurent Brossoit. Zach Hyman talked about this after the game, that they weren't going to the dirty areas enough. And I looked, the Oilers had 55 shot attempts at 5-on-5 last game. Only 8 of them came from a high danger area, according to Natural Stat Trick. That is just flat out not good enough for this hockey team. And I think a lot of the times they like to generate their high danger looks off skill, a cycle, make it a nice play, and then boom, a pass into the slot. I think they might just need to simplify against this Vegas team. I think it's okay for McDavid and Draisaitl to do that kind of stuff. But if you're Hyman, Nuge, Kane, head down, go to the net. You get the puck, you see a lane, you better have a teammate going to the front of the net. Throw that puck at the pads of Laurent Brossoit. You're going to be prone to maybe a little bit of luck. You're going to need a bounce, but it's the Stanley Cup playoffs and you make your own luck at some point. They need to make life more difficult on Brossoit, and that involves going to the tough areas in front of the net.
Well, especially because Vegas is clogging up the middle, so that seam pass is being taken away, as we've seen, because we tried repeatedly and nothing was kind of getting through. So firing on net and creating chaos, like that's the counterpunch to that if Vegas is going to keep clogging up the middle like they are.
Liam, what do you got for a key to victory?
My key to victory is Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Van de Kane, and Zach Hyman. Those guys got to show up and actually contribute to the game more positively, especially Nuge and Kane last game. Kind of forgot they were there. At least Hyman had the assist on the goal, right? So my key is your top 6 outside of Draisaitl and McDavid needs to be at the game tonight.
I don't hate that at all.
I love it.
What do you got for key to victory?
For me is I'm going to go really basic.
Yeah.
I talked about this on ONR yesterday.
Yeah.
Let's make some passes tonight.
Yeah.
Like, let's complete some passes. Like, holy cow, we could not make a pass in game 1. So, there's many other layers to that, but just let's get our passing game tight and keep the play in their zone and shell Brossoit.
I like it. Scott Aroni's in and says, key to the game, smelling salts. Wake up and play, put in the effort for the whole game. Tristan says, don't turn it over. That kind of ties in to your point as well. Just get some consecutive passes going. JT is in and says, key to the game, tighten up the defense, keep shooting the puck. LB isn't that good. He will give up a lot of rebounds. don't need to find the perfect shot all the time. And that kind of ties into what I was saying. Like, Laurent Brossoit is not going to be, in all likelihood, the reason the Golden Knights lose a hockey game. He's going to go out there and give them solid minutes. But this is not Jake Ottinger. This is not some top-tier starting goalie in the Western Conference. This is a guy you can beat if you make life difficult on him. So I like that one from JT. Michael says they need to bring their legs. APOC says key to victory, pressure, pressure, pressure. And that's what the Golden Knights, that's probably their key to victory. Yeah. On the Golden Knights, whatever giant pregame show that they're doing, they're saying keep putting up the pressure, because the Oilers looked for a chunk of that game.
Such a bad pregame show if you ever watched it. It's so bad.
Brutal. They looked like borderline stunned with the pace that the Golden Knights were playing with. Liam, that's a big adjustment that the Oilers have to make.
Do you think they look borderline stunned, or do we just not show up? Like, we weren't
overwhelmed
moving.
then?
Just not ready.
Yeah, not ready, but not ready to face the pace that the Golden Knights play with.
Yeah, and I guess that's the difference between Vegas and the Kings, right? Like, Kings don't play as that high of a pace and a little bit more of a structured game, where the Golden Knights, I guess, are a little bit more loose and more attacking threats, it felt like last game, and just made it difficult on them. It's especially in like the neutral zone. Like, they just felt like they dominated it there. And yeah, if the Oilers want to be prepared tonight, they actually have to use the speed they have in the lineup. They just seemed last game they didn't even utilize the strengths they had outside of Leon Draisaitl's shot. So yeah, they gotta figure it out tonight. Game ones can be a little weird sometimes, I guess, but the Oilers do have to start showing up to series eventually.
Jenny says, come out strong. Will Squires, key to victory, get your feet moving. Abrasive forecheck. We proved last game our speed and control will get them in the box. And yeah, forcing the Golden Knights to take some penalties with a strong cycle. I talked about needing the bottom six to be better. Like, when they're getting outshot the way they were, what does that mean? A lot of D-zone faceoffs, which means McDavid and Draisaitl are coming on the ice after the bottom six has a shift, and they're starting in their own end. If you can flip that, if you can push some pressure the other way, you're going to throw more pucks on LB. You're going to wear him down, wear down the defense, get offensive zone starts. It's common sense. McDavid and Draisaitl more dangerous if they can start in the O zone.
And this is like one of Kleem's superpowers, right? Is drawing penalties. So like, get the motor going. If you're moving your legs down low in their zone, you're going to get calls.
Yeah. Scurbs is in and says relentless pressure after getting a goal. That's a big one.
Oh my God.
You can't just sit there, score, and be like, nice, job's done. As Bag Milk says, job's not done.
Job's not done.
Yeah, you got to keep up the pressure. We're going to do our draw here in just a second. Ryan says, I'm assuming BM is having a pregame chat with the boys to get them fired up. BM's already at the cantina, so we've lost him already. Pregame cantina meal is going to work well.
Oh man, I'm starving. I can't wait for the cantina.
I'm very hungry. Key to victory from Ryan. Kane stepping up and being a pest. No penalties, though. Yeah, staying disciplined and walking that thin line that kind of exists in the playoffs is going to be an important one tonight for the Oilers. Lion says team effort as well. And also, you know what? I'll throw this one in here because we haven't touched on a lot. Let's get a big one from Stu. He's due. 7 games. He was good in Game 6 against LA. I don't want to take anything away from the effort he gave then, but Liam, having a good game from Stu here could be really important.
Yeah, and I think that just comes at a team effort too, right? Make life a little bit easier on Stu. I found the last game he actually did make some big saves, but it was the soft ones that went in a little bit. So if they can make life easier in front of him, and that should make him a little bit better too. But yeah, eventually, like, you do need Stuart Skinner to step up and be the regular season Stuart Skinner that we saw, especially the one that finished the regular season.
Our winner of the hashtag ONOilUpT is... I'm trying to do it.
Wow.
Drum roll. That was terrible. I gotta hold my mic, right? So it's hard to do. Scurbs, you're our winner for the shirt. So email me, Tyler@Oilersnation.com. You had a good one there about just staying relentless after scoring goal 4. Scurbs, congrats. You're getting an ONOilUpT. Shoot me an email, Tyler@Oilersnation.com. Tell me that you are the winner for today's show. Be Clean dropped one in, said big game from Matthias Ekholm.
Woo, my boy, the Viking man. Yes, he is going to come and exact his dominance over these Golden Knights. He's mad. He's mad we lost game 1. He's going to do his part in the D zone, and he will contribute in the O zone.
Same spot Bagged Milk bought his sword. There is also a Viking helmet, Jay.
I know. I might get it.
I think that's the vibes we need on game day. You in a Viking helmet, quick stop at the cantina. This day could shape up all right.
It could be like, I am absolutely engulfed with nerves and excitement right now. I couldn't be more nervous or more excited at this given time. going into game 2. I am looking outside. I see New York. I see the arena right beside it.
Mhm.
I know we're going to be in there in a few short hours, and we're going to watch the Oilers kick some effing ass. This is a kid-friendly show.
Yep.
And I can't wait. I'm so excited. And I'm so excited for the cantina because my tummy is grumbling. But I can't wait. This is going to be, and we get to the betting.
Yeah.
I will talk to you about how excited I am for this game.
Okay, Aaron, hit the button. Let's not make wait. No, wait.
Make weight.
Blech. Yeah, I know. I'm a little marble mouth today. If you haven't noticed, Sherwood Ford Giant Game Day. That means we are doing our game day big bets for Betway 19+. Please play responsibly. None of us got a big dub in the last game.
Yes, we
did you?
I had power play first period.
Oh, you
which
did.
was questioned on the show, and I was the only one that hit it. So I'll take the win.
Good work, Liam. Liam is in second in our challenge. I am in last. Not great. Sorry, Liam, you're winning. That's a minus
first.
next to Jay's. So we'll let you go first, Jay. Here, what do you like?
Well, once again, it's not about chasing the dragon tonight because this is a game that is just go and win. I don't care how you do it.
Yeah.
I don't care who scores.
Yeah.
I just want us to go in with our lunch pails, our steel-toed boots, and get to work and just whoop the Vegas Golden Knights. So I'm just manifesting a win, a team win. So I'm going Oilers mega money line.
What does that mean?
That means I am probably betting 5 shows worth of capital into one bet. Oilers money line, riding with the oil. Let's go, Oiler boys.
I like it. Keep it simple. Oilers win. You're happy. You make a little bit of money.
I don't want to get too technical. The worst is when you bet on the Oilers to win, but you connect it with some kinky stuff, and they win, and you don't win.
Yeah.
I want to walk out of that building. I want to walk into the casino, and I want to cash a ticket.
Makes sense. Liam, what do you like tonight?
Power play goal and an empty net. It hit last game, but this time I will not accept the win-ins unless it is the Oilers who hit the power play and the empty net goal.
So you'll just refund?
Yeah, you'll say, I'm good. I don't want my money.
Yeah. I'll email Betway and say, that's fine. I didn't truly win this one.
No, you need to go withdraw the cash and then take a video of you lighting it on fire.
That's definitely a smart thing to do, destroy currency. I'm going similar to you. I think the Oilers really take it to them tonight. I think the Oilers cover the puck line. I know I'm maybe getting a little greedy.
I might sprinkle. I might back.
Okay, see, now you're warming up to it.
Hey.
Also, I want to give a shout out to Bagged Milk, who's found a nice little bet down in one of the books here. That is Oilers to win by exactly 1 or exactly 2.
Oh, is it juicy?
It's so juicy. It's like 7-1. So anyways, pull it up on Betway. I'm sure it's just as juicy, but that would be an interesting one. But I'm going puck line. I think the Oilers can get the best of them here tonight. This is a team that has bounced back so well. They have not lost back-to-back games since like February. It's impressive the run they've been on, and I don't think they're going to lose back-to-back here tonight. A lot of people saying they are joining you on the mega money line tonight.
Go.
Maybe a few people wanted to join me on the puck line.
The petite puck line?
We're just sprinkling it?
Just a little.
I might go a little heavy.
I might go. Well, I'm going to go petite on it.
Brad Stepanko says, Jay, buy the helmet. It would be hilarious.
I know. I should.
It would be so funny.
I should.
I'm trying to sort through some of these comments here. Forts ask Ryan, Oilers have to come out and play physical as well. Good news says, reverse of last game, 6-4 Oil, empty net. You heard it here first. And that would actually make all of us happy. So I would take a 6-4 win tonight. It would be another entertaining one down at T-Mobile Arena.
Yeah, it's probably going the over. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, this feels like one of those series where it could just be the over every game until the books adjust and like set it at 7.5.
It's just the wild, wild west out there right now. And if we are we are the Oilers, we are gonna give up a few because that's just what we do.
Unless we're gonna score a lot. The camera. Unless Stuart Skinner turns in a solid performance here. Sherwood Ford Giant Game Day once again. If you go into Sherwood Ford to get your oil change and you got a playoff flag on your vehicle, boom, $10 off. They're diehards out at Sherwood Ford the Giant. We're going to be doing our show Monday live on location from Sherwood Ford the Giant as well.
Oh, that's fun.
So giddy up.
Oh, I have to be there. That's a game day.
It is a game day, Jay.
All right, I'll see you there, Sherwood Ford. Can't wait.
If you need an oil change on the Nation Bronco, put a flag on it, $10 off.
I'm getting close. I'm getting close
to on the Nation truck as well, actually. Liam, you need an oil change?
Yeah, I probably do need an oil change, so this will be convenient timing on Monday. We could all get one.
Ryan says the Nuge redemption tour begins tonight when he scores one. I'm very tempted to bet on Ryan Nugent-Hopkins to find the back of the net. It's been 7 games without a goal to start the playoffs for our boy Nuggy, the 100-point man. He's really got to get going, but I would argue he's got to get going in other areas too. He's not supplying a lot of shots. He's not supplying looks on the power play. I think he's even looked a little bit off. He is fighting it right now, and they need him to find his game.
Find your namaste, Nuge.
Yeah.
Find your regular season mentality, that Mamba regular season mentality.
The Wolf says the third line is going to score the first goal tonight.
I like it.
Maynard says stop saying oil change because he's trying to wipe that era from his memory. Makes sense. Makes sense.
We need to be able to look the past straight in the eyes.
This one came in from Good and You. He said Nuge fight, and I was like, oh man, I'd love to see Nuge like spark the boys with a tilt in this hockey game. Have we gotten a fight yet in this playoffs?
The Oilers?
Yeah.
Not really.
Leah, no one fought against LA, right?
Well, Costin dropped his gloves, but they didn't respond, so that's the closest we've got, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was like. It was kind of like
follow.
Yeah, Radifalo. So Big 7. Am I the only one with love for Dry? Come on, fellas. I mean, the guy scored 4 goals last game.
Dude, that's like gravity. It's constant. We all love Leon. Like, the guy's a machine. We need to talk about everyone around him right now to get them going.
The Oilers played 11 forwards in game 1, and I would argue 9 of them were at best non-factors. It was McDavid, Draisaitl, and everyone else was either like a C grade or lower. That can't happen tonight. You need the reverse. You need like 9 players having their A or B games.
We're going to score 8 goals tonight, aren't we?
You're going like this today.
Oh,
you're nervous, and then you're like, we're scoring 12, and then you're like, oh, we got to bet the money line because it's going to be tight, and I don't want to risk it. And then it's like, oh, Nuge just scoring. You're going through the game day motions.
I'm pretty excited and nervous.
It's going to be good. A lot of Oilers fans down here as well, so we'll be having a good time.
I can't wait. That's why I'm kind of itching to, after this show, hit the strip, get our gate. Well, let's get game ready.
Yeah.
Hit the strip with jerseys, high-fiving. If you're in Vegas and you're watching this and you see us, come hit us up. We'll have some stickers if you're into stickers. I'm into stickers.
We have a lot of stickers to give away today.
A lot of stickers. We'll have the mini mic. We'll do an AMA.
Yeah, we'll do an
Brought to you by
AMA. We're going to cruise around the strip, Cantina. I am very happy that this game starts at 5 o'clock Mountain, 4 o'clock Pacific, because I don't think I would have had it in me to wait until 8 o'clock tonight or 7 o'clock tonight for puck drop.
Oh, emotionally, yeah.
It would have been tough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we're gonna be walking into the building in a really good state of mind.
Yeah. Liam, you're gonna be on with our pal Connor Halley for After Dark tonight, correct?
Yep. The double duo is just me and Connor tonight, so hopefully we're chatting about an Oilers epic victory royale. So I think that'll be around what, 8:30-ish? I will set up the link. Oh, you want to?
All right.
I mean, hey, there you go.
We'll see what kind of state we're in, because you never know.
Okay.
Even just 3 seconds.
Yeah, even just 3 seconds. We'll pop in like from inside the arena and let you guys know what's going on.
I think people would like that very, very much.
All right, giddy up. A Sherwood Ford Giant Game Day edition of this show from the Sports Closet studio, which we've taken on the road, courtesy of our friends at AMA Travel. Go to amatravel.ca/dreams if you want to learn more about what they can do for you and your summer vacations. Liam, you enjoyed the game tonight, big guy.
You guys too. Hopefully there's some shame chance for us tonight.
Yeah.
And before we wrap up, what? You had a thing?
Go.
Oh, just thoughts and prayers, man. Alberta is on fire right now, and this really sucks. And we're here in Vegas, not kind of seeing it, but just hearing the pre-show talk, like guys that live in Sherwood Park, like Aaron and Liam, like a lot of people are affected by this. So just sending our love to everyone in Alberta.
Yeah, well said. That's how I wanted to wrap up the show as well. Stay safe, everyone. Be smart. And hopefully we get through this right now because it's a scary time in Alberta. Hopefully the Oilers get a big win down in Vegas and return home with the series tied at 1. If you want someone to watch the game tonight, Greta Downtown is your spot. We also got to give some love to Betway, AMA Travel, Boston Pizza, and their new Fanalytics-inspired menu, and, of course, Sherwood Ford the Giant for another fantastic Giant Game Day edition of the show. Let's go, Oilers.
Let's go, Oilers!
There you go.